So welcome back everyone to another review. If you're new here, my name is Nandobe Gondlovo and I love reading and I love talking. So I decided why not mix the the two things that I love. This is the book we're reviewing today, Danielle Steele Safe Harbor, right? If you were an OG, you already know how we feel about Danielle. If you're new here, then she's literally my favorite. I love it. I love it. Absolutely love it. And this is almost like take two of us trying to make those reviews very short, right? Short and straight to the point, because like I said, I love talking and sometimes I tend to go on and on when I'm excited, but I'm trying to make them as short as I possibly can, right? So in today's story, we meet a girl named Opip. She's 11. She has a dog called Umos, and they're at the beach at the place Kula Safe Harbor. She's just walking the dog down the beach, and she sees this guy. He's painting. He's sitting at the beach and he's painting. Okay, his name is Matt, and yeah, Pete is intrigued and she's fascinated by the guy in his paintings. So she stands at a distance at first, because you know what our parents taught us about strangers. She stands at a distance at first, and then eventually she gets closer, and then he sees her and they start talking, and it's all like all nice, and you know, all of the nice things. They get talking, and Umed actually realizes that Upip is really sad. And so he doesn't want to probe, but also he doesn't want to shut off, because he can see that she is trying to vent and stuff like that. So he is this open space for her, and he's listening, he's encouraging her to talk and everything. And eventually he finds out the reason why people said is because she lost her dad and her brother. So they start talking, and then eventually people also realizes Umetina is also said, hey, he's sad because he lost his kids, but not to death like Pip, but his wife. They divorced, and the wife, so what happened, he was married, and the wife cheated on him with his best friend, and then she married his best friend, and then she moved to another country with the best friend and the kids, and then she kind of manipulated the whole situation to say the kids don't want to talk to their father and everything. But we'll find out more about that later. But for now, that's just the basis of the story. And just a disclaimer, if you know Danielle Steele, you know that most of her books, they either start with chaos or there's chaos immediately, but not this one. This one had chaos literally in the last 4 chapters or something. So what happens here is people meet Matt, and then Pip's mom is Ophelia, but we're just gonna call him Mama O. She has a friend Andrea, and Andrea has a son William, and it is believed that William was like, she bought a sperm from a sperm bank and she had William, right? So those are like our characters: Matt, Pip, Mama O, Andrea, William, right? Not so much William, but yeah, William. Okay. So what happened after that is so they meet, and then Upip actually enjoys that encounter, and then for the next couple of days she's going down to the beach to meet Umet, and they're drawing together and talking. And because one thing is, Mama O is really depressed. Like, she's really depressed. She goes to the support group for people who are mourning, right? So she's really in a grief, like she's really in a grief, and because of that Upip has no one to talk to. She kind of has to fend for herself, and also for her mom, she has to be the one who reminds her mom to eat, to do this. Like Mama O has no energy for anything, or like not even for Pip, right? So this is the first time in a long time that Pip actually has someone to talk to, because even before that dad died and everything, she was almost like sidelined, because the brother, his name is Chad. Chad had mental health issues, I think in maniac depression or something like that. So Mama O really had to put all her attention to Chad, because he was suicidal. He was, you know, like obviously they do things differently from other kids, you know. So she had to constantly pay attention to him. So she wasn't paying much attention to Pip, and Ted wasn't paying any attention to the kids. So we found out that Ted is a little difficult, because he was like a genius. So they say geniuses are difficult. And how they died is that their private plane, or the private jet, it crashed. So you can already tell how much money they had, right? So they had all this money, and he had all this success, but that is what was making him difficult, you know, like he had all those things, and he was a genius, and he was narcissistic and everything like that, right? So with that said, yeah, Opip is enjoying all this, right? She's enjoying the attention, she's enjoying the friendship with Mate, until one day she's down at the beach and Mate is painting, right? And when he's painting, he's painting Upip, right? Upip is by the beach just playing around with the moose, and he's just sketching Upip for the fun of it. I don't know why I keep kicking this thing. I really don't know why I keep kicking this thing. He is just painting for the fun of it, right? Kantu Mama always watching, and she's trying to figure out, why is this strange man painting my daughter, Yabo? Anyway, she obviously confronts him. It gets explosive. She's shouting, "You're a molester, you're a child molester, you're a pedophile, wada 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 wada." And people's trying to explain, "No, mom, this is my friend," but it's not going well. So the whole scene is hectic, but with good reason, because why are you painting my child? A grown-ass man is painting my child. Say, she's 11. She can't be your friend. Why are you having, why are you making friends with an 11-year-old child, right? So it's understandable, but I felt sorry for Pip because I knew what Pip was getting out of this. Anyway, they go home. Pip is made. She's like to her mom, "I hate you, wada wada wada." She's slamming doors. I was like, white people things. You were never gonna do that in an African household. The fact that you are talking to strangers when you got home, you already, you mentally prepared for the beating you're gonna receive, because it's gonna be a beating of your life, Anyway, that happens. But Mama O feels bad. She even asked Andrea. She and Andrea have been friends for 18 years. What did I overrate? So Andrea's like, "No, you know what? Just, I know Pip is a good child, right? Just talk to Pip and find out what's happening." She really could genuinely be needing the attention, because again, Andrea points out the fact to Mama O is hardly ever there. Maybe Pip is really just starved for attention. So Mama O understands this, and they go the next day to try and locate Umet, but they don't, so that she can apologize. But Pip keeps going until she meets them and they apologize and everything. So what happens from the forgiveness going forward is really just them building a friendship, right? It's almost like a reputation, how they're going about their day-to-day life, and how they're being there for each other. So Matt is they inviting each other for dinners. Matt is teaching Pip how to sketch, and also talking with Mama O. Mama O finally is someone to talk to as well, like an adult. I mean, she already has the support group where she goes and she talks with other people who are mourning, but it's different with Matt. Like, she can be vulnerable with Matt and everything. So everything is going well, and until the summer ends. So they were just there for the summer holidays. Umet stays there full time. They were just there for the summer holidays, and then when they go back to the summer holidays, obviously the first day back in their old house is a little obviously traumatic and devastating, because it's like you reminded again, you've lost this person, or you've lost these people, right? So the day is obviously not going good, and obviously the first person that people runs to for comfort is Mate, and Mate is like, "Hey, order what you guys like your favorite food, order that, put on some music, sleep together, buy something silly or whatever, just do things that will take your mind off of what is happening." So they do exactly that, and they actually do feel better. So after that is mainly just Pip going to school. Mama O actually takes Mate's advice, and she volunteers at a shelter, because Mate was like, "You shouldn't stay at home, because then you will start thinking and you start do something to take your mind off of things." So she volunteers at a shelter, Bamtatting and Bela, and she volunteers Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays in the afternoons, from morning to afternoon, and then Tuesday and Thursday she works at night. So what they do at night is kind of like a risky situation, because they go into the guys in the streets, right? So where she went, oh my word, my English is not Englishing today for some weird reason. Where she works, or where she volunteers, they take care of the homeless, give them medication, blankets, clothes, food, kind of a thing. And then at night what they do is called in like an outreach program, where they go out to the people that don't come to them, right? So they go into all those dingy places where there's drug addicts and all of those other homeless people who are obviously bitter, angry, and could really just stab you or something. But Mama O finds that she actually likes it, because prior to Ted and Chet passing away, Ted being the dad and Chet being the son, she wasn't doing anything other than taking care of Chet, right? So she's taking care of people, but in a different way, and she feels like she's doing something meaningful with her life, and it actually helps a relationship here can people to be better, because she's being a better mom now. She's understanding, she's talking more and everything, right? So what happens is okay, so after the schools open, I think almost like a week after that, there is a, is it like a father and daughter dance thing, and Umed actually takes Upip, right? So she takes Umed takes Upip there, and it's actually the first time that she went with like someone who's like a father figure, because her dad was always too busy for this. So that's exciting for Pip. The death anniversary comes up as well, and Umet is there for that. So like Met is really there for them, right? He was there for them there at the safe harbor. He's there for them now, even when they're in the city. He's calling them, he's visiting them, they're hanging out, having dinners. It's giving family, almost. It's giving family, right? They're being there for each other. Met is stepping up big time. He's filling Ted's shoes in like a way you wouldn't believe, right? He really is filling up Ted's shoes. And also Mama O feels like she has a friend now. She has a friend now, because he's really attentive as well, and he's really there for Yena and everything. So Thanksgiving comes up now. Mate doesn't celebrate Thanksgiving because of what happened. Obviously he lost access to his kids, so he doesn't celebrate Thanksgiving. They also having a hard time, because obviously they lost half of the family, right? So they both families decide we are not gonna meet for Thanksgiving. We're just gonna have Thanksgiving in our different thingies, just so people can really process the emotions and everything. So the person who comes over for Thanksgiving was Andrea. Andrea comes with William, and obviously they're crying, they're laughing, you know how it goes in those things. Anyway, after that Thanksgiving dinner, after they've tidied up, Mama O wanted to go into Chet's room. So she does this often when she's feeling sad. She goes into her son's room just to smell an item of his yabo. But before she goes there, Upip is actually like, Mom, don't go there, because you know how you get. Like, this is gonna set you back. We're doing better. And she's like, oh, I just wanna go in for like 5 minutes. But Upip's like, no, I just do whatever, it's fine. But she's mad, and obviously Mama O doesn't wanna upset Upip, and she realizes, and she's being selfish, you know, like she hasn't really been there for Upip, so she doesn't wanna upset Upip further. So she just goes into her room, and then in her room there's still things from Ted, right? So she goes into the room, she goes through his clothes, and she just randomly picks a jacket, right? She's picking this jacket randomly. She puts it on, she's hugging it, she's crying, and she's hugging it, she's just feeling. There's a letter, you know. At first she takes the letter because she thinks, oh, maybe he left a letter for her, which would be weird, because he obviously wasn't anticipating that he's gonna pass away. But obviously she takes the letter, she reads it, and the letter, remember when I said I know our girl. At this point I was reading and thinking, this is actually the nicest. I mean, they're all nice with the plot twist and the kids and everything, but I was almost like, this is the, like, it was just so calm, nothing was happening, literally. That it was like, it wasn't giving Danielle, right? So I was like, I mean, not bad, I'm not complaining, but this is not you. I know you, right? I know you, and I know that you break people's hearts. I know that you bring chaos. I know there's a little something you add into the books. So that letter is exactly the little something she adds to this book, because the letter is from Ted's mistress. So mind you, this is not the first time that he cheated, right? He cheated before. Mama O forgave him. Like, Mama O was forgiving him for things. He was always shouting at her. He was always blaming her for all the things that was going wrong. He blamed her for Uched being the way he is, because he was like, I'm a genius. There's no way I'm giving birth to a child that's not a genius, right? He was rude. He spoke down on her. He was just... okay, sorry. I was about to say, thank God he wasn't physical, but I feel like that is the least. These other ones, the emotional ones, are the hardest ones, right? Because they don't have scars, so people can't see that you're going through something. So Mama was forgiving, man. She was forgiving this man of everything. Like, this man could never do anything wrong. Kuye, this man was like, because she married him when she was 22, 24. They met when she was 22, married 24. He passed away when she was 42. So they been married, and she obviously was, I think, to Mama O Ted was the BO, yeah, okay, like everything she wanted, that was Ted. She overlooked everything, and at some point I was like, I mean, I get you, because you know when you love someone, you do overlook stuff. Like, you really are like, okay, this is nothing, this is nothing. But the cheating, Mama, I feel like you were already going through so much for you to be forgiving him for cheating. Like, how are you, like, literally making my life difficult on a daily basis and bringing a third party into the marriage? My guy, that was where I was like, we put the stopper, right? But anyway, she forgave Ted. Even though Andrea was like, my guy, why would you forgive something like that? So here's another letter. This one is from another mistress. And the mistress is obviously talking about how she understands that he's having a hard time leaving, or having a hard time deciding to leave. But she's like, I know you want to leave, I know you're not happy. And she starts also saying things like, oh, Mama, oh, is the reason why Chet is the way he is. And she's like, I agree with you that doctors are lying, the diagnosis is not true, he doesn't have any mental issues, they are babying him too much. And I feel like when you guys divorce, you should take him away from them and bring him simply setting up, raising up to be a man. Almost like he wasn't a man with the mental issue already, right? I was just like, this girl, she was really hitting it. She knew what this is how Ted felt about this, and she was hitting the nail on the head to make sure she's getting the man. She was there was no barriers or limitation in this fight. She was like, the man is mine and I'm getting the man. So she's saying this, and she also mentioned that she's pregnant and how she's excited to have a child with him. Like, for her, it's like, my guy, this is everything. And then she signs the letter A. Mama O gets hot flashes immediately, because it's like, excuse me, you what? You wanted to leave me, and not only that, like, you were cheating, you got another woman pregnant. And even as she's processing the information, she's like, hey, you know what made her so I'm gonna lie about the dates. I know I'm gonna mess it up, but she calculated the months the lady said she was pregnant. Then she said she was 3 months pregnant, and the child was born 6 months later, meaning the child was born 6 months later, and Utere died a month after the letter or something, right? So she calculated, and she's like, hey, is Andrea, our best friend of 18 years, our best friend of 18 years, as the lady who was having an affair with our man. And not only that, she got pregnant for him. Remember the child that was said, Utetula sperm bank? No, honey, she didn't buy the sperm. She was sleeping with your man. Like, Andrea was coming to Mama O and really just comforting her on some, leave this man, he doesn't deserve you. And using the information she was getting from Mama O to go back to the man and be like, my guy, this lady doesn't deserve you. I know I always say after God fear men, but I just feel like after God just fear people. Let's just fear people in general. Let's just fear people, okay? Because people. But I feel like one of those days we need to talk about how this is so common. Like, I'm not sure if you guys know this show. I think there's a show, it's I'm With Your Ex or something of that sort. And it's wild how people are just dating their friends' people. Like, how are you finding my person attractive and you're my friend? Yeah, so anyway, crazy. And Mama O is pissed. Like, she's so pissed. She gets in the car, drives off to Andrea, and she actually confronts her. And when she confronts her, she doesn't even deny, because she could see the jig was up, you know. And then she's like, oh, but let me just tell you, he didn't want to leave you. I was the one who was trying to convince him. Like, that's some consolation. You think I care about him wanting to leave, bro? I care that you are my friend. I vented to you about my child, and you were using my child's struggles to comfort my man and take my man from me. Like, you know, like, I feel like that's what made Mama O mad. Or if that wasn't it, I hope that's what made it mad. Not even about the man cheating. I just leave the man to the side. My child, why are you bringing my child into this, you know? So, and Mama O was like, I don't want to see you, I hate you, I can't believe you did this. And Mama O is broken, right? So people saw Mama O leaving, and she immediately called me and like, my guy, something's wrong with my mom. It's like, something wrong, do we need to call the ambulance? She's like, no, but something is wrong. I've never seen it like that. It's not even the depression from the grief, something happened. So when Mama O comes back, obviously people calls Umate and like, okay, she's here, she's not hurt, she's still a little, so it's like, okay, call me tomorrow if something is up. Actually, actually is like, give her the phone so I can talk, because she did talk to him, and he asked what's going on. She's like, I can't talk about it, but yeah, it's something that happened. I'm sorry that I put Peep through this, because now when she got home, she realized she's been putting her daughter through the most, bro. Like this child was almost like, she was sensitive to how her mother felt. She knew all the moods and knew when this is happening, this like, she was studying her mom, because she had to almost like tiptoe, anyway. After, I think it was the next day, I didn't take long, the next day actually, she actually went to Umet Lapo SF Hub, right? So when she went SF Hub, because Umet invited them out, he's like, okay, just come out, you don't have to tell me, just come out. So when they went there, that's when she actually eventually tells Umet, this is what happened, blah 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 blah. Turns out Andrea was sleeping with my husband, blah 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 blah, right? And so she cries, Umet comforts her, and then in the process, something happened. While this was happening that side, something happened to Umet. His son came, and the son was looking for him. They were under the impression that their father died, because when he was sending letters, the mom was intercepting the letters were not getting to the kids, and then she was telling the kids like, your dad doesn't want anything to do with you guys, and telling Matt, your kids don't want anything to do with you guys. She was like, oh no, Sarah, like, manipulative, bro. She was like manipulative, and I was like, I want to Andrea and Sarah, we hate them, clearly. Like, they are not our people, okay? Because how are women doing this, man? How are we doing this? How are we hating our friends? How are we hating our kids? For what? Why? For men. I know you have to be a little Popeye for you to be in love, but come on, a little Popeye. Don't be the entire Cartoon Network channel. Just a little Popeye, just a little Zig and Shag or something. Don't be the entire thing. Hey, whoa. Anyway, so that happens. But they reconcile, they call the daughter, they tell her the story. So Matt is happy, he shares that, and that actually lifts Mama O. She's like, okay, something is happening. And then Matt obviously ends up confessing what he's in love with Mama O. Mama O is a little scared, but they decide to not put labels on it. They're like, let's just go with the flow. Don't be pressurized. So that happens, and they continue dating, and then Christmas comes around, they spend it together with all the kids. Pip gets along with Vanessa. They're like the sisters they never had. They're all just enjoying themselves. They were somewhere going in that one where they were skiing or whatever, and they were having fun. And this is where the parents also get to kiss and everything. They don't get to go the whole way, because Mama O is traumatized, and she's not ready to be doing things with another man, because she still feels married to the cheating man that she was married to. Anyway, after that, they go back, and she feels bad to Shame. She didn't allow Matt to go the whole way, but Matt is not even pressurizing it. I feel like Matt, right? Matt, the hero in the story is Matt, bro. Like, Matt was so patient with Mama O. He was taking the mood swings. He was taking everything, because he understood the trauma, right? He was willing to be a friend when she needed a friend, and a lover when she needed a lover. Matt was like, Matt is our guy, okay? Matt and Peep are people. So that happens, and then one day they outreach situation. They're doing the last minute deliveries, blah 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 blah, and then Mama O gets shot. So they obviously have to call Peep, because they have no other list of kin they can call. They call Peep, the babysitter calls Umet, and then Umet drives over, takes Peep, they go to the hospital. She was shot 3 times, in this area. I think there was like 1 in the stomach and 2 that missed their lungs or something of that manner, and they're terrified. Like, I was also on the edge of the bed. Because I was like, Peep has already lost a dad and a brother. Now she's gonna lose a mother. Also, Matt just fell in love, guys. Come on, can we not give Matt? Because I know Danielle is capable of killing people you think are main characters. She can kill them. So I was just like, I hope you don't kill Mama O, because Matt just fell in love, bruh. But anyway, she gets better, and yeah, she survives. It was a tough 2 weeks, but she survives. And after she survives, she gets a letter from a call from Andrea, and she's like, "Oh, I got cancer. I had you in the hospital. I was also in the hospital. I have cancer. I don't have long to live. I just want to ask if I can sign Williams over to you, because Andrea and I didn't have family and stuff." So Mama O, at this point, Mama O, she had been playing deck and diving, but after that near death experience, she was like to Mate, "I'm gonna marry you." When Mate asked, she's like, "Yeah, I'm marrying you, bruh," because she realized life is very short, you know. So she was going for it. So they talk about it and they decide they're gonna adopt William. And literally, I think 2 weeks after that conversation, Andrea does die, and other side, Usara, the Hamish guy and the best friend that she left Umed for, he also dies, and now Usara was trying to wig way back to Umed, but Umed now had found like proper love, you know, because one thing about Usara, he was in love with her, but she was just almost like in love with the benefit, or in love with the idea of him. And then with Mama, oh, he knew that okay, this woman loves me, bro, you know, this woman loves me. So yeah, she did try to squeeze a meeting out of Umet, and Umet went. I was holding my breath, because I was like, "Hey, I'm a daughter sometimes. Adam, you can just fumble the bag last minute. Now the book is coming to an end. There's no more pages here. If he fumbles, it's fumbled." But he went there, and I think that meeting was there to just help him realize what he really isn't into Usera, like that. He really prefers Mama O over Usera. So yeah, after Andrea dies, they get married, they adopt William, and then they decide to sell the house and move to another house that's gonna be bigger and accommodate all the kids. And that's how our story ends. I tried to rush through it. I didn't miss out like any important beats. I made sure I told you guys those ones. But yeah, I loved it. I think I'm giving it literally a 9. I'm giving it a 9. A 9 out of 10, because it was really wholesome, it was really beautiful, captivating, even though there was a lot of repetition where, like, I think that's the way the one is, because it was almost like for a long time I loved knowing what they were doing in their life, but also I was just like, oh, it's just them being them, you know. But I really loved it. It was wholesome, and I love that at the end Mama O really found a man that really that she deserved. Hey, it's never too late for you to find love. It's never too late for God to direct the right person to you. I'm just hoping he doesn't wait for that long for me, because I'm not trying to find that I'm in at 43 or something. But I'm just saying it's beautiful, and yeah, that's the story. That's the crux of the story. So yeah, I think that's goodbye. It is goodbye. So thank you for staying. If you stayed for this long, thank you for staying, and thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends. If you have friends that you know they love reading, or they just love listening to stories or listening to people talk, share this video with them. And leave comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like I said before, I'm open to suggestions, criticism, whatever. This is our channel. Like, it's our channel. It's not my channel. It's ours. We all, you know, all of us, we family. So just let me know what works for you, what doesn't work for you, what you think, all of those things. I'm willing to take any suggestions. So until next time, this is goodbye.